Hey guys, we are live. It's Wednesday. When is the Wednesday morning here, Eastern Time, 10 a.m. What's going on? Hope you're doing great. And it's time for a Chill with Phil weekly webinar. And weekly meaning like probably almost monthly right now. I should be like more active in the upcoming weeks. I've been like testing and a bunch of new stuff, and it's moving like crazy. I'm super happy to be with you today to share that. First of all, just want to make sure that you're hearing me well. You just need to type yes in the comment box. Want to make sure that everything is good, and so like that I can move forward and share with you what I'm working on. I've been testing great stuff with Facebook ads. I see a lot of people that have inconsistencies, and I have like myself as well. But I think that sometimes we need to push in the right direction, and we are so much aiming for cold traffic that we forget about pretty hot traffic. And that's the whole idea here is, you need to get your message out there, and then once your people know about you, it's where you are hammering them, and you need to hammer them in multiple ways. And this is one thing we're going to talk about today is a good strategy that is not, that is super easy to put out there. And it doesn't involve too much work because Facebook will do the rest for you. Will optimize the ads, will optimize whatever. It needs to be optimized, and you just need to control a bit the budget and fill the upper funnel or the lower funnel, depending on how you position your funnel. But that's gonna be like super helpful. Basically, this is mainly for people that are doing e-commerce. If you're doing like other kind of stuff, might work because it's all about like the audience, but also it's much more aimed for e-commerce because this is what I've tested mainly. So just want to make sure. Yeah, yo, Matt. Hope you're doing great. And yeah, so that's cool stuff. So I'm gonna show you like today. Two different things about the Facebook, the Facebook DPA strategies that you can do. One thing I want to share first is the understanding of the DPA, and for that we are going to go on the basics. There's the traditional way. How it has been shared over and over on how to set your DPA. So let me switch that here. Basically, you know how you're doing your DPA normally. You're going to go in your Facebook Power Editor. You're going to create a campaign. You're going to choose like catalog sales. You're going to choose your catalog. So if you don't have a catalog, you will need to create one. For the feed, there's multiple software that can create a feed. There's like the Flexify, if I remember. There's Trackify. There's Pixel Perfect that does that. You can now also have go to feed something also that will create a feed of your products that you connect to your catalog. And from that catalog, you will have, your product, and you can create like multiple product sets, and that's going to be like super useful at a certain point. I will explain you at which point you're going to be able like to use product sets. But basically, this is really like the basic stuff. Your ad set in terms of this is like a perfect example of a traditional retargeting through DPA. Okay, so one thing that you need to you have like some here. These are the presets that you can use. One thing I love to do is to use a custom combination because I want to separate the view from the add to cart. When you check here on the preset, they group together the view and the add to cart and not purchased. the remove the not purchased, but I don't like that because I really find that add to cart separately than view is always performing at a certain point. And on the other side also is controlling also your time here. So you can create like some crazy stuff like did not purchase the last 30 days but added to cart and view or things like that. The perfect window that I found was basically around like 7 days. But you can create also like sequences. So one thing that is cool is a bit like emails would be to create sequences like the first 7 days, then after you get like the 7 to 14 days, 14 to 30, like a bit like emails what you're doing, you know. So that's one of the idea here of doing like things traditional, and also to have like a different message at a certain point. So I mean, basically, if you want to do like at a shortened time, so one thing we can do is like 1 or 2 days retargeting. Let's say globally retargeting our DPA, and the first day will be just a reminder. You know, you left something on your cart. You can go there, continue, you know, you're closing your cart, closing your shopping experience or whatever, I mean, you want to do. And then after that, I mean, that's okay. If they convert there, that's great. If not, I mean, it's where you're going to bring them probably to another type of sequence where you're going to start offering them free shipping, 5%, $5 discount, 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever. I mean, you decide at a certain point. The idea is longer you are in your timing or your window. At the end of the window, it's where you want to convert them as much as possible, because if not, I mean, you will lose them like forever. What we've seen is normally between the 48 and 72 hours, it's where people are going to come back. After that, most of the time we lose them. So you want to make sure that you maximize that window as much as possible, and it's why we always like focus on this 7 days up to 14 days in some time. So that's really like the traditional way of making that DPA working. I think I made like a video back then, was explaining how to set up like all the steps, you know, in each step, how to do it like properly. And anyway, there's a bunch of videos to do that. Myself, I focus much more on the strategies and what you should do and use to increase your performance there. So this is one thing that we'll talk about. The extended approach that I call it the extended approach, because this is really, I mean, this feature has been existing like for about a year, but has been rolling out like slowly but surely. So some account got it, some account don't have it. It took some time to get like all my accounts and even like my customers' account got it, but now it's all there, and this like opens like this huge possibility, and this is where we're milking right now with this extended approach, because it opens a new, totally a new, I would say, a new world. Let's say it like that. Only a new world. So basically, what people were doing when this came out is they were using it as cold traffic. I mean, that works to a certain extent, but what I prefer is to build basically all type of audience as possible, which means that every type of retargeting audience that you can create, like this one is engagement, Instagram, 365 days. I mean, we gonna use that DPA here, that option, define broad audience and let Facebook optimize who see products. Okay, we're gonna use that with this audience and then let it run. We have like a purchase conversion, optimization, 7 days click, and we run basically catalogs, carousel catalog type of offer on that. So we let like Facebook run the whole show, but the only thing that we do differently is to create that type of audiences. So basically we let Facebook run the thing, and that's one thing you can do. I'm going to switch now to Lucid Chart just to show you a bunch of stuff that you can do there. I'm just gonna open on my side here just to make sure some IDs of audience that you can create. So like that, I mean, you're gonna have like a bunch, and that's gonna give you like some stuff to work this week. And basically, I mean, we are getting anywhere between 8x to 24x return on ad spend. I mean, we have been like crushing like crazy with some of our customers right now. It's just like insane, because one thing is, once you get like so much traffic, it's getting a bit a pain in the ass to create all this retargeting for each product. That's one thing. But you still need to use these audience. Okay, so basically, one thing that we do first is we create all the basic audience based on the event. Okay, so basically what we do is, okay, so we have like here events. I'm gonna call it events. Okay. Oh, what is that? Events. Okay. So when I talk about events, I start with basically view, or even like product page, you know, like basically all traffic. Okay, all traffic, get that here, just gonna squeeze it here, and all maximum like 180 days, all this kind of stuff. So view content all, you know, we don't segment anything. Then we're gonna do ATC, we're gonna do IC. Yes, initiate checkout works well. If you have ad payment, you can do that as well. And then you're gonna do, let's say, purchase. Okay, and we run it like that. There's an option in the DPA which let you exclude like 30 days purchasers, like anyone that purchased something is the only exclusion that we will put in. Okay, so I'm just gonna note that here, exclude 30 days purchaser, something like that. Okay, this is the only thing we will do. Now we will create like this this DPA exactly the same, and I know which question you're gonna ask right now. Let me finish that. So you are going to be sure that everything works. So you run that here, you run that on initiate checkout. So each of these will be separate ad set. Okay, make sure that each of these will be separate ad sets, very important, all under the same campaign. Okay, you don't need to have like multiple different type of campaign for that. You know, it's going to be just much more fuzziness in your campaign manager. So each of these, you will have like the DPA for each of these events, ad set, each of these will be an ad set. Okay, and you will run like the normal product catalog. You can either like do a discount if you prefer. I mean, a discount always like converts better, so you can do like $5 off, 5% off, 10% off, or anything like that. I won't go to 20% or anything like that. I will keep that very aggressive discount for short-term retargeting, you know. So like I was saying at a certain point, or if you have like a very specific sequence, I will keep that very aggressive discount there. So basically, next step here will be to so the next step here to make sure is you have like this exclusion of 30 days purchasers, so you can get that into the options there. And lastly, the question that everyone's gonna ask me, are you going to get overlaps? Does these audience will get overlaps? Yes, they will get overlaps, and you want to keep it as is as well. Okay, we've seen that sometimes trying to remove too much overlaps will lower down the performance for some reasons that it's hard to understand. But I mean, you keep everything like that. So all these audience will be kept like that. You will run traffic. You will run your carousel type of traffic there. Okay, that carousel thing, you know, with all this thing here, this images. Okay, carousel. Whoa, cancel that. And from there, you're gonna let Facebook optimize for which product they will put first. And right now, one thing that Facebook changed, it's each carousel very specific for each user, something that was different before because they were using like the same ad and were trying to optimize the thing. So right now it's totally different. So basically it's a very specific ad ID for each one. You cannot even get that in the post manager. You will not find that. It's a new technology that Facebook released like a couple months ago. So now they get like something very unique. It is why also you will see there's less engagement when you're looking at this post. But basically you don't need to get worried about that. It's really because now they are like fixing that kind of image or ad creative for each user. The other thing also that you can do is one thing that we like is to create also a second ad under the same ad set, which are single, okay, single image. So a single image here. So basically we have two things running, the carousel and the single. And with the same like copy here, so if you have like a copy with 5% off, you will run exactly the same thing. The only difference here is the image size, because it's 1200 by 628. So basically the problem with that is the image will crop in a certain way that it will not look good. But you know what? Just you don't need to care about that. We've seen like very good result, even if the image was not looking good. Sometimes it just creates like this thing there that, I mean, just doesn't look good. You gotta click, I mean, anyway, because you're just curious about that. So this is one thing you want to do as well. So add creative one, the carousel, and add creative 2. Okay, single image. So now the thing is, I've talked about like the specific events. Now, I mean, you have like the engagement events. So engagement would mean like you've seen before. So let's say your engagement on all your page. You can run directly as page like, you know, so you have like this thing, connection, if I remember, and you run, you know, to the page directly, page likes. Then you have like people who engage into post ads. You got to get like the Instagram. I mean, as many different events that you can get and create. You're gonna do it like for each of them, and you're gonna run again your ad set, another ad set there. So I mean, some people are asking me what kind of budget you're running there. I mean, a budget will be between probably $10, $12, $15. And if I have really a lot of traffic, let's say I have all traffic here, which regroup a huge amount, I mean like huge amount of people in my audience, I will probably run anything between like $40 to $50, you know, because I know there are people that know the brand, they're hot, they're there, they already came, they probably bought something. I mean, I will adjust my budget accordingly to the audience size there, for sure, and also people that are more relevant to what they do. So people that came here are really much more relevant here. They are relevant because they went on your page, they got like some interaction, but never as relevant as these one that went into your site or probably like made a clear action. So you need to get that. I'm looking here at the post. If there's any question, guys, feel free. That might be intermediate, advanced. Okay, that really it's between intermediate and advanced. For advanced marketer, I think this will bring you, you know, extra cash, extra money, especially if you have like a website that drives a lot of traffic daily. The other thing also I like to do is normally here, I mean, they will give like the option again, like for 365 days, 365 days, okay? But one thing I love to do is to do 7 days or 30 days, you know, depending again on and how big the audience is, okay? Because basically these people have, it's more fresh in their memories. So if you do like 7 or 40 days, they are already seen your brand, your page, probably went on your website. So I mean, it's going to be much more efficient. Again, if you're thinking about, you know, overlapping, don't think about that. I mean, there's no need for that kind of stuff to think about overlapping audience. I mean, it will recoup somewhere, but I mean, you don't need to care about that at all, okay? Next thing, so now you have like events, engagement. If you're running videos, I will put that again here under engagement. So any videos that are you're driving any video ads or anything else. I mean, you need to run that dry, let's call it that dry DPA right in, okay? If you have like a blog, okay, same thing. You need like to have like that kind of thing here, blog, okay? Another thing also that you can do is collection here. So on events or page events, you can get to collection page, okay? You can create based on URL. So I'm gonna put like URL based stuff, okay? Can be either product that has a lot like crazy traffic, or collection that has crazy traffic, okay? So basically this is what I would recommend here. You know, like let's say you have like a specific, I don't know, like t-shirt or some sort of theme based, you know, like, I don't know, like you're selling, you have a store that's selling a bunch of stuff, and one is only stuff that are related, I don't know, like let's say Fitbit type or event trackers or sports stuff or tumblers. You know, you will run that DPA especially for tumblers, you know, because you got like so much traffic there that you are looking again, you know, to push that. So the next stuff now, because we're going to run that short, okay? This is not going to be an EV like 1 hour stuff. I mean, I want to give you like the idea behind, and after that you can go and try that and start testing. The next thing is some sort of cold traffic, but it's not cold traffic. I mean, it's cold traffic, but I mean, it's based on your audience, so it's lookalike. Haha. So lookalike audience. Basically what you want to do is exactly the same idea. So create your DPA based on let's say your events, on specific products or anything like that. So let's say you're gonna do I don't know, let's create one here, all site 1%, all traffic 1% LAA, and you gotta run again that kind of stuff. Basically, this is really in the lower funnel, whatever, I mean, you call it. Let's say the upper funnel. Let's call it like that. So at the top of the funnel, this will be really where you are prospecting, okay? So, I mean, you're still in the prospecting stage. We are going to call that like that, prospecting stage, okay? But since, I mean, so LAA, so I mean, basically Facebook thought that there's a lot of people that are similar there, much more chance to get people down the funnel. So you want to do that at that stage also. I will create totally separate. So I mean, basically what I like to do is to create like separate campaign. So my DPA for prospecting will be different than for my audience based, you know. So I will have like a DPA for audiences and a DPA for prospecting, okay? And if you want, you can create another DPA campaign which will be for broad. So anything that is broad, interest based or demographic based or anything like that. So like that, you don't mix stuff, but at least you push traffic to that. And yeah, you can continue after like doing different stuff there, and you know, whatever, you know, can do like ADC 1%, and you continue like that, you know. The great thing is like, and the trend that I've seen like so far for the past couple of months is like, people love to land on the collection page. So that's one thing that you need to think in terms of your mindset. Some of the people love to browse. Okay, sometimes we're talking about conversion rate, distraction, and all this kind of stuff. I totally agree up to a certain point, but collections are super powerful, and at a certain point, collections will bring a higher AOV as well. We've seen that sending people to a collection page will get sometime like 20%, 30% higher AOV than people that we bring only to the product page. The reason why is when you send people to a product page, yes, you're going to get conversion. People are going to be like impulsive. They're going to buy, but they will know only about one thing, one specific thing about your store. They will not know what you're selling else, and you need to indoctrinate them to let them that you're not only selling this specific piece of product, that you're selling other stuff. So there's sometimes complementary products and things like that can just go in. So basically, you need to think about that. Prospecting stage will bring at certain point people here into your audience. They will be retargeted again with your DPA or other retargeting stuff, and same for the engagement and all this kind of thing. Now, the last thing I want to bring out is the cross-sell option. So there's like a cool cross-sell options in Facebook. You need to set basically from what you need to set is basically so you will need like to create different product set, and from that product set you will say like people that bought this type of products, you will present other type of products. And this is another thing that you should consider adding there, because it's gonna give you like extra revenues as well. And you can create a mix. Let me check here. I'm just trying to find out if I have this print screen. Yeah, so basically, we're just going to try to get that here. I forgot about that. I just came with this. So, but basically, you're going to check this. I'm gonna bring that here, back here. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully I got that. Okay, so basically here you are going to get the cross-sell products and upsell products. So you can create like product ad set based on these products that you want to show. So if someone, let's say, bought a shirt, you want to have them some sort of square tissue there. You want to present that, or a tie, or a cuff for their shirts, or anything like that, So you want to present like something also different. And this also, you need to keep that for a very, very short time. I will say like in the next 3 to 7 days. 14 days will be probably too late, because they need to see that very hard, so they can take that impulsive buying and get these product right away. And also, you can push that with another email sequence where you're offering like this type of product. So that's very fun when you have a lot of complementary products this way, and not like having like super wide store of stuff. Or if you're building a wide store, always think about complementary product and how you can add that there, because that's going to be like for sure some extra dollars, extra money that's going to be tied to your sales there. So I'm going to take like some questions. I think like if you have any questions, it's time now. I'm going to switch back here to make sure you've seen that. It's probably small. I always forget that basically my screen is super wide, super big. So here we go. So I have a question here from Imran. Let me check that here. Can you give me some tips on how to find buying audience? I mean, very easy. All audience are buyers. You can start with that. The problem is not finding the buying audience, is finding the product that will resonate, that will make them buy something right away, because everyone at a certain point is a buyer on Facebook. I mean, on the internet or everywhere, anyone that has a debit card, that has money in their account can be a buyer, even if they have $5 or they have $1 or they have like thousands, hundreds of dollars in their account. They're possible buyers. They have like something to trade for a product. So once you get that in your mindset, you can sell, I mean, totally anything. Now you need to find which product will suit your audience. So if you're aiming, for fitness people, I mean, what they're buying, so you need to understand what they will buy. If they're doing like fitness, CrossFit, or whatever, what are the type of products that will make them buy that. And this is really about understanding your audience much more than finding an audience. Okay, so basically, what I like to do is to first look at audiences and to start browsing and looking for products that will make them that will buy. So I will go on different sites and see, like Amazon is a great example. I've done a video about that, on how you can find products IDs from Amazon for the right audience. So basically, that's one thing you can do. You can go on Pinterest, you can go everywhere looking, for some proof, some IDs. And the idea here is not always, to sell exactly the same than everybody is selling, is to find something that can, like I said, resonate at a certain point and can be, a product that you will be somehow the first or very few are selling, so you can get a good amount of the market very fast. In this game, and from my own experience, I mean, each time that I had a winner I was one of the first selling this product in my niche. Rarely I came with a very big winner when I was selling what everybody else was selling. So that's one thing. I mean, you need. The other thing also to understand is when you have a product, I mean, it can sell forever. I mean, if you are able to sell 1,000, you're probably able to sell 10,000. The problem now is you need to indoctrinate your audience. You need to hammer them to make sure you monopolize that audience, to tell them that this product is what they need and they need to buy it now. We most of the time, because of Facebook and how Facebook behaves, we stopped selling a product that was very high selling product that could continue to sell forever. And we have like few products that we've been selling for the past 3 years and they're still selling today. And I think we didn't touch the whole audience yet. So basically you can sell a lot and a long time, but I mean, the core is on the audience, on the hot audience, or in the warm audience that you're building. If you're always going after a cold audience, it's good up to a certain point. But there's a lot of people in your hot audience or warm audience that just didn't buy or just didn't trigger yet, but they are the perfect audience for that. So that's one thing you need to understand. I mean, you need to recalibrate probably the energy and the amount of dollars that you spend in terms of your hot, warm, or cold audience. Okay, so there's this concept. I'm gonna write it down here. You have the cold, which is like prospecting audience. Okay. Warm. Okay. And hot. I mean, basically a warm. I mean, it's people that have seen your stuff. They're interested. It just didn't trigger. Hot, I mean, are loyal people that have probably already bought it, or they're just about like to make like to pull the trigger on buying your stuff. Okay. So, I mean, this is where, I mean, you should put most of your money, because these people are almost converted, and cold traffic is where you should put money there. But I understand that when you're starting a business online, I mean, you don't have these a lot, so you will put much more effort. So, I mean, probably you will put like 80% there to start, then 20% there. But as soon as you have like a good audience and loyal customers and they love you, it's where you should put like much more of your money. Because anyway, what's going to happen is there's going to be like this Pareto law where it's going to be like 80-20, where these people are going to be able, like, they're going to love so much what they're getting that they're going to start talking about it naturally. And the best marketing is still like how they call it, like mouth to ear. No. Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean it's word of mouth marketing, or mouth to ear marketing, whatever. I mean that's the best whatever, I mean, you can get, because I mean the amount of cold traffic is gonna lower down, but you're gonna still get a lot of traffic coming here, you know, just for getting that thing. So it has a lot to do with customer experience, type of products you're providing, and all this kind of stuff. So you really need to understand that as soon as you got like a good mass of customer here, you're gonna need like to put a lot of efforts there. And remember, you don't need to have a lot. I mean, I'm seeing like, I mean, I have a customers that we are working on under our agency, and basically, I mean, he has like almost like 40-50% return rate. I mean, and he doesn't have a massive customer database. People are just coming in and buying, you know, like crazy, because they love the product, they love the customer experience, they love everything about it, and is making good money, you know, from it, from running that. So now, I mean, for sure, he has like a very strong base, and it's getting there, but we still need to push like some cold traffic, because I mean, his goal is to get much more money at a certain point. So we need to fill that. But the truth is, if he was, let's say, comfortable enough with that, because some people are comfortable with some sort of numbers, I mean, he could run his business like that without like too much focusing on cold there, you know, because people are just, I mean, they just love what they get. So that's another perception of stuff on how you can see thing here. Do we have other questions? Do we have other questions? Let me check this. I mean, hopefully, I mean, you got like, you understand what I've talked to today about. Hopefully, this will help you to grow. And like I say, I mean, this is a huge game changer for us since we established that, because I mean, we are hammering this people like crazy now, and what they're seeing is just us, you know. So basically, if you don't have any questions, I will close that for today. And in the meantime, if there's anything, you know, just post it there, and it will be my pleasure to answer your questions here. Okay, guys, so thank you very much, and talk to you soon on that. Just going to switch here things, and here we go. No, here we go. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Hope you enjoyed that. Chill with Phil, and be sure to get that thing on. Okay, be sure to get that strategy on. I want to get some feedbacks from your side, see how it is going on right there. And here we go. Okay, guys, have a nice day. Ciao. Thanks.